We're coming off an historic election night in Virginia. Abigail Spanberger, now Virginia's first ever woman governor. Ghazala Hashmi has won the lieutenant governor's race, becoming the first Muslim woman elected to statewide office in the history of the United States. And in a race we've been watching closely, Jay Jones has defeated Jason Miyares to become Virginia's next Attorney General. WUSA9 anchor Simone DeAlba live this morning in Richmond, Virginia, with reaction to this historic news. Simone, you were in the room when it happened.
Yeah. That's right. We've been field anchoring from Abigail Spanberger headquarters last night, and we continue to field anchor here in Richmond this morning, analyzing some of the results. Allison, as you were talking about, it was a Democrat sweep. We saw a blue wave in this election cycle really come down across Richmond last night. The voters have spoken, and it was a decisive win up and down the ticket. Joining us now live is Dr. David Ramadan, former delegate from George Mason University's Schar School of Policy and Government, to break down what these results all mean moving forward. Is so good to have you here this morning.
Good to be with you again, Simone. Thank you. In beautiful Jefferson's capital.
Isn't it gorgeous? Yep. Let's start top of the ticket. General, take on last night. Abigail Spanberger, first female taking the top of the ticket as governor. What are your thoughts?
My good friend, now Governor-elect, Her Excellency Abigail Spanberger, really showed what a Democrat should be running like on what issues for the nation yesterday. She had a very principled campaign. She stuck to issues of affordability and kitchen table issues that we all cared about. So as much as this election yesterday was a rebuttal to Donald Trump in Washington, it was also an endorsement of what Abigail Spanberger stood for and what she said she'll do. She put together a coalition of Republicans, independents, and Democrats and said she's going to be a governor for all Virginians. And that resonated. And it was a positive message looking forward versus a negative message looking backwards.
Can the Democrats capitalize on this momentum into 2026? What is your sense of this?
They can and they should, but they shouldn't read it as well, or they shouldn't misread the mandate. Right? We've seen the pendulum swing both ways. If they decide to run candidates like Abigail Spanberger, if they decide to stick to the positive issues, if they decide to stick to the center left, they can see huge momentum in 2026 because the numbers weren't little yesterday. That was 15% won. I mean, she won by 500,000 votes in Virginia. This wasn't a win by 2 or 3%. It was a 15% that carried the entire sweep. She was on her coattail. Everybody else won, and the Democrats flipped 13 seats in Mr. Jefferson's house last night.
Final thought is, before we have to let you go, and as we wrap up with some of our election coverage, anything our audience should know?
Yes, that democracy still works when we all participate. You know, as a professor of political science and former public servant, I would like to see more and more people participate. Unfortunately, almost half of our fellow citizens sit out elections. And I don't know what the exact numbers were. We were talking before air to see what the exact number of turnout was yesterday. And it was a high turnout because there was a big number of voters that casted a ballot, but there's still a big number of voters that didn't. Democracy works, but it only works when we all participate.
Dr. David Ramadan, thank you for your time today. We certainly appreciate it. We're going to send it back to you, Allison, in the studio. As you heard, I mean, we are just still analyzing some of the numbers coming in. We know that this was a historic election also because of early voter turnout, early mail-in ballots, so we'll be watching those numbers as well. Back to you all in the studio, live from Richmond this morning.
Simone, thank you so much.